We've gotten to the point in the semester where I don't leave for my 9 a.m. without a blanket. Like, ever. There's a pretty darn good digital record of my first semester at IU Southeast. And so to give you an idea of what college life might look like for you, I've compiled some of these moments into one video. To maintain some sort of organization of these clips, I present to you a web. A web is this weird thing my neighbor and fellow honors program member, McKenna Curry, and I started doing. And we have provided the following definition to hopefully make sense of this crazy nonsense we call webbing. So let's start with first year seminar, because that's probably the class you're watching this video in, unless you stumbled upon it on the internet. And if so, why are you still here? Anyway, FYS introduces students to IUS through a passport project, extracurricular events, and a few surveys like the CSI.
100 on your math and science score.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at your CSI report.
How'd you find that? Did you go through my folder?
Yeah, I was bored.
Well, what are you upset about?
Well, you only got a 1 out of 100 on your math and science score.
I mean, that's not a big deal. I'm an English ed major.
Did you even go to high school though?
Yes, I went to high school. But anyway, if you do need help, because your math and science confidence score is a 1, the math lab, it's in the physical science building. Go down there and get some tutoring. I'm not going to do that because I don't care about math, but apparently McKenna thinks I should. Moving on our web, we have geese and other campus wildlife. Now, personally, I'm a fan of the geese, and I find them a little bit endearing, but most of my peers wouldn't agree with that, and the geese are kind of gross, and they hiss a lot. But there's Frank. He's my favorite. Frank, why are you in the rain? Get out of the rain. Don't you know better? And besides the geese, there are some squirrels that like to hide in trash cans, but I mean, they're not that important. It's fine. Just keep an eye on those. Next on our web, we have assistance for students. There are so many faculty and staff members that are here to help. Here's a little blurb about our favorite police department straight from the College Success Guide. Now, don't get me wrong, I love our police force, especially Officer Miller because he brings puppies to campus. But please be wary of how you park. Beware that this is a $10 citation. That's right, I spent $90 on a parking permit so I could be charged for my back tire touching a hash mark. But I digress. As I mentioned earlier, the Writing Center and the Math Lab are available to help students, and ACES is also an amazing place if you're concerned about your career path. Miss Cassandra Davis and Mr. Shane Thomas were really helpful to me in my journey to declaring my major. There are some really outstanding people on this campus. Please don't forget that. IUS doesn't just have great staff and faculty, but they're amazing students. My roommates here on campus have literally become my best friends. We are always together, whether that means we're buying Reputation at midnight or we're sitting out by the fireplace. But with that time together comes a need for balance, a time solely focused on studying and schoolwork, and a time to sleep. Like myself, McKenna's the kind of person who tends to throw her heart into school, so I thought I would ask her about how she handles the need for balance. McKenna, knowing you and how you study, how do you think the amount of stuff that we do, hanging out and messing around and making memories, affects your study time, and is it worth it?
I'm having a ball in college.
This is the best example of this that I could talk about. This is so real. Every time you're studying, the next thing you know, somebody's doing something stupid, and you have to find a balance between doing fun things and making memories and studying. And it's hard.
This is a great metaphor. I think you should
use
really
it
for any metaphor in life.
Okay, I wouldn't go as far to say that, because I was trying to make a really valid point here, but, McKenna doesn't care. McKenna wants to undermine me. I feel like our friendship is very toxic right now. I'm going to go by. And as honors students specifically, I don't think I need to explain the need to attend class and keep up with your studying to you. I will, however, say a few words about honors at H103. I wouldn't say that honors is a hard class, but it's different. There's a deeper level of thinking that goes into being an honors student. Dr. RDF mentioned this during a discussion we had early on in the semester, and it really resonated with me. So I asked her to kind of recreate that thought process for you all, and she obliged.
Honor students are unique to work with because they are, in general, very conscientious about their performance in the classroom. They want to know why they missed that half a point and how to improve so that they don't miss that half a point in the future. They're generally more willing to challenge ideas, so instead of just reading something and taking it at face value, they tend to challenge assumptions made. They're also a little more anxious than most students. They tend to be concerned not just with grades, although that's the primary manifestation, I think, but concerned with general performance and how well they're reflecting on their own standards, because very often they hold themselves to very high standards, academically and otherwise, but they're delightful to work with, and one of my primary reasons for being an instructor, one of the reasons I enjoy what I do so well is because of the conversations we have in honors classes, because they bring so many different perspectives to the table.
And there you have it. I hope you've at least somewhat enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to breathe, and remember to have an amazing semester at IU Southeast.